the availability of $1.5 billion in Tiger grants for capital investments and surface transportation projects. Grants were awarded on a competitive basis to projects that have a significant impact on the nation, a region, or metropolitan area, and can create jobs and benefit economically distressed areas. $25 million from the Tiger program was awarded to the Woodward Avenue Light Rail Transit project. It is also anticipated that the Woodward Light Rail project will be a model for public-private partnerships which focus on transit projects. The project's purpose is to improve public transit service and provide greater mobility options for persons traveling the Woodward Avenue corridor, which includes Detroit and Highland Park. Currently, the area is served only by bus, and no rapid transit option is available. Southeast Michigan is the only major urban area in the United States with no rapid transit option. The project will provide an alternative to automobile usage, and most importantly, will generate economic development in downtown Detroit and along the Woodward Avenue corridor. The need for the project is based on several different issues. A high concentration of transit-dependent persons are located along the corridor, and no rapid transit currently exists in the Detroit area. There is also a continued and growing dependence on personal automobiles, which is increasing traffic congestion and decreasing air quality. Lastly, the project will encourage economic reinvestment in the urban core, especially in the downtown and midtown areas. And now I will turn part of the presentation over to Tim Roseboom from the City's Department of Transportation.
Thank you, Tricia. I see some people standing in the back. There are some seats here in the front. If you do want to move forward, there's plenty of fours and twos and threes. So the project history. The LPA that was assessed in the draft EIS and evaluated along with the no-build alternative. In addition, 3 downtown alignments, as well as proposed locations for stations, parking facilities, rail vehicle storage and maintenance facilities, and traction-powered substations were also evaluated. This proposed project will provide for transit improvements along Woodward Avenue, or M1, in Detroit from near the Detroit River downtown, north to the State Fairgrounds near 8 Mile, approximately 9.3 miles, and includes up to 21 stations. Between 8 Mile and Grand Boulevard, the light rail trains operate in a median alignment, separated from traffic, with stations spaced approximately 3/4 to a mile apart. South of Grand Boulevard, there are 2 options. Option A continues mainly in a median operation, separated from traffic, with 8 stations, and option B operates along the curb or right lane in mixed traffic with up to 14 station pairs. 3 downtown alignments are currently under study that are displayed on the boards outside as well as the next slides. All 3 of these options stay on Woodward to Grand River Avenue. Option 1, shown here, then turns at Grand River Avenue until reaching Washington Boulevard, makes a stop in the vicinity of the Rosa Parks Transit Center. This option continues south on Washington Boulevard, proceeds east along Larned, stopping near Cobo Center, and just before Randolph. Then on Randolph, it proceeds west on Congress, stopping after Randolph and near Cobo Center, returning to Woodward via Washington and Grand River Avenue. Option 2 follows the same general alignment as option 1 with an additional stop at Grand Circus Park and stopping on Woodward before State, then turning on State to Washington Boulevard, where it stops near Michigan Avenue, again serving the Rosa Parks Transit Center. Continuing on Washington, proceeds east along Larned, stopping near Cobo Center, an additional stop on Woodward, and then ending at Randolph. From Randolph, it returns to Washington, heading west on Congress, stopping at Woodward near Cobo Center, then returning to Woodward via Washington State. And finally, option 3 remains on Woodward Avenue along its entire route, terminating between Larned and Congress. There are 2 stations located along this route, one near Woodward and Michigan, and a second between Larned and Congress Streets. The impacts on the human and natural environment from the vehicle and maintenance storage facility, the traction power substation, and the construction staging areas were also evaluated in the DEIS. And now I'm going to turn the presentation back over to Tricia, who will take you through the findings of the DEIS.